I mean, is the business tougher now than it was 2 years ago?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you damn right it is. That just means we have to get better. All right, so the two primary reasons are people don't think they're going to be in the business for any length of time, and number two, they don't have a plan or a process to do it. Okay? I'm going to give you both today. Prospecting. The factory has a business and they spend millions prospecting. It's called advertising. Your dealership spends money advertising. Okay? That's their way of prospecting. How much time do you spend prospecting? Okay, that's working leads. I mean, I'm talking about bringing people into the dealership because of you, not because of advertising.
Well, no, then I have a lot of people that are in leases now coming out of leases.
Okay, that's a
Like
form of
You
prospecting.
mean Facebook posts,
Well, there are all sorts of social media.
getting back
Okay.
to your customers. Just,
I mean, it could be as basic as sticking flyers on windows. I mean, people have been doing that forever.
yeah.
He just drew up a bunch of letters.
Yeah, that works.
I learned this from a salesman in Ohio. The guy says, the first time I sell a car, it's really because I didn't screw it up. I said, what do you mean? He goes, they showed up because of my product, my dealership's advertising, my management's pricing policy, and our inventory, our location. And I meet them and I don't screw it up. He said, after that, it's up to me to make sure those people never, ever, 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 ever buy a car from anyone else again, nor does anybody they know or any of their family members ever buy a car from anybody but me. I said, wow. I said, that's pretty ambitious. And he averaged 57 delivered units a month, mostly used cars. Okay? Now,
Where's this guy from?
Delaware, Ohio, suburb of Columbus, Ohio. And I said, well, how do you do it? He goes, I build a relationship with my customers. I said, well, how do you do that? He said, well, first of all, when do you think the relationship begins? I said, meet and greet. He goes, no. He said, it doesn't begin at meet and greet. He goes, all right. He goes,
At least he's honest.
yeah. He goes, but then we get to know each other, and hopefully it ends up as a delivery. He said, that's when the relationship begins, at delivery. He said, look, they came to buy a car. I showed up to sell a car. That's sort of a coincidence. He goes, but after that, the relationship starts. I said, okay. And I asked him a question, and I'll tell you the question I asked him in a few minutes. How do you build a relationship with your customer? He said it's dogmatic, intense, follow-up. And I'll just tell you what that means to him and what I preach now. Now, next section, what are the most frequent ways salespeople use to communicate, meaning set appointments, follow-up with customers? Write down the most frequent ways people use to communicate with customers.